Hey guys, today on People Now, our exclusive sit-down with Kristen Bell and Dax Shepard talking kids, sobriety, and yes, SEX. It's all in this week's People Cover story.
Has Taylor Swift found the one? Why an insider says T-Swift's relationship with Joe Alwyn is heating up.
Us star Lupita Nyongo reveals why her mother could not watch the new scary movie everybody's talking about.
Plus,
is it okay to murder a murderer?
The cast of Pretty Little Liars, The Perfectionists, is here with everything we need to know about the new series.
And the red-hot debate we can't not talk about. Exactly how many chuggas before choo-choo?
It's all today on People Now. Let's go.
Important debate there. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to People Now. So good to see you. Kristen Kelly in for Andrea today. Good to see you, Kristen.
Thank you.
How you feeling?
I'm good.
You ready to get into this whole thing?
I'm so ready.
Last night, the internet derailed over a certain train debate, and we promise a lot more weird puns about the whole thing.
People are going wild over how many chuggas you should say before choo-choo. Yes, this is a real thing. We need to know your opinion on this serious debacle. Is it one? Is it two?
Serious.
Is it 8 chuggas? So vote in our People poll or just tweet us your answer with the hashtag PeopleNow. You may see it on the show.
In case you're not, we both have kids. I know exactly what we're talking about. Chugga, 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 choo-choo. It's that whole thing.
You just did too.
I did. Okay, so that's right. I'm trying to spark debate right now. We're going to check in on the results of what you think in a little bit in this whole crazy chugga debate. But for now, here's what you need to know and what's trending today. We begin with this. Dax Shepard and Kristen Bell covered this week's issue of People, and they keep it very real. In an exclusive interview with People, the couple is opening up about everything from their life with kids to Dax's sobriety. Dax and Kristen are known for being open and honest about their relationship, the good, the bad, and the sometimes very, very ugly. Like this little story Kristen told about recently disciplining their daughters Lincoln and Delta. She says they had taken all the shampoo bottles, they had strewn them all over the floor.
No.
She says all my shoes were taken out of the closet. She adds, quote, one had tied herself to the shower door and wouldn't come out. Dax came home and I was like, I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta tell you from experience with my 2 little girls, they get locked in that bathroom. They go in there, they shut the door, the sink's on. They one time used an entire thing of our expensive soap just to make bubbles. This is why, for me, I should supervise my kids more, I guess. Dax and Kristen go on to talk about how hard the work is and how that is the key to keeping their relationship going. And then they reveal why they think they work so well together. Watch this.
I think we make an incredible team as parents because we have much different personalities and much different strengths. And I think it's, how it shook out is that I'm kind of the disciplinarian. I love that they have like just an endlessly patient, warm, loving set of arms to run into. And I'm also glad that someone's making them sleep on a normal schedule.
Somebody's got to keep those rules. Kristen later admitted that she easily gives in to her daughters. And I don't know how it is for you. You the good cop or bad cop?
I'm absolutely the bad cop. Daddy comes home and gives her everything she wants.
Kind of depends on what it is for me. I can go either way. But anyway, on a more serious note here, Dax has always been honest about his sobriety. Last fall, he celebrated 14 years of being sober, obviously a huge accomplishment. Yet Kristen somehow got all the praise for this. Take a look.
I scraped together 14 years of sobriety. She writes a little flowery thank you, and now there's headlines all over the country about Kristen's accomplishment of writing this letter. I'm like, just like you to steal my thunder. I'm the one who went to 10,000 AA meetings, and here you are.
That's what I was trying.
No, you were genuine, and you have
say.
no part in it. You were being beautiful and complimentary and loving. But America likes you about 400 times more than they like me, and they could not wait to celebrate your celebration.
I love it, and I just want to hang with them by that fire, by the way. We have more on Dax and Kristen's relationship a little bit later in the show. Their sex life may be a little bit of a topic of discussion. Stay tuned for that. Here we go. Taylor Swift has found the one in Joe Alwyn. Few would be surprised if she got engaged. A source close to the singer says in the new issue of People that Taylor knows how lucky she is to have found such an easy and strong relationship. The couple had been dating for several months before their undercover romance was revealed. That was back in the spring of 2017. But the Taylor source says that keeping their relationship private from the beginning really helped their connection. They added, quote, they were able to get to know each other in peace. And I gotta tell you, as we cover Hollywood Hollywood and celebrity relationships,
That's shocking.
being out of the spotlight seems like the key to really build at the beginning, especially. After some social media drama with Kanye West and Kim Kardashian, Taylor took herself out of the public eye for a while. We remember that. But Joe has been there for her throughout all of it, even inspiring several love songs on the 2017 album Reputation, which we followed very closely. The source says Joe has zero interest in being a celebrity, and their personalities are very compatible. If he's not interested, by the way, in being a celeb, he's
in the wrong business.
In the wrong business and with the wrong person. Anyway, Taylor's friends have noted that Joe supports her in a way that she's never experienced, and she's been there for him as well. T-Swift has been by his side recently for events like the Golden Globes, the BAFTAs, and the Oscars as he supported his film The Favorite. However, the power couple actually prefer less splashy outings like hiking and low-key dates and nights in with their friends. Another insider says the pair are so sweet together that they have a special relationship and that Joe adores Taylor. It makes sense to me to hear them want to be in and kind of low-key. Where could they even go, right?
I know.
They can go anywhere and enjoy their
They
time.
have a choice, right?
Yeah. All right. Very happy for them. Now we move on to this.
Former adult film star Jenna Jameson is sharing some tips for those interested in the keto diet. This is a low-carb, moderate protein, high-fat eating diet. She swears by it.
So many people getting in on this.
I know.
These
This
days.
was such a big trend, especially in the beginning of the year. I remember Jenna opened up on Instagram on Tuesday sharing tips on how to kickstart the diet, which she says helped her lose over 100 pounds since she started in March 2018.
It's really impressive. And
That's a lot.
Right?
I didn't think she had that much to lose.
She told her 413,000 followers, quote, "Here's how I started keto. I began by reorganizing my refrigerator and pantry. I threw away everything that was processed and packaged." So it was like this whole sweep of the kitchen.
I gotta do that. Jenna goes on to reveal that she started reading every single ingredient on boxes and packages. She was shocked by all the corn syrups and starches that were hidden in these products. I don't want to do that. I don't want to see what's in there because I want to eat the thing.
Well, right. Yeah. Are you one to read labels? Do you kind of get in there on it?
I really avoid doing it because I don't want to know what's in the stuff.
Yeah.
She notes on her Instagram post, the shorter the ingredient list, the better when it comes to food.
That's a good point. And words that you don't know, the ingredients that are basically undiscernible or indiscernible, usually a bad sign. Anyway,
Yes.
She shares her transformation photos on her Instagram. Let's take a quick look at some of those. She looks amazing there. Okay, here we go, like kind of a before and after type thing. Wow, look, anytime celebrities do this, they get a lot of attention. I think it's admirable for her to open up to all her fans about what is clearly a personal issue for her, kind of removing the stigma.
Look at her. She looks amazing.
Yeah.
She looks great. And a cute baby, too.
All right, let's keep rolling through all these here. As she opens up about it, look, as we've said before, it becomes a relatable point for fans to say, oh, this person's going through it, and maybe they identify with the way someone looks or the particular battle that they have or the struggle with weight in certain ways. And then when they're able to kind of come out on the other end and have a lot of success, if that's what they want, it's very inspirational. And one of her other posts, she actually encouraged her followers to take a before photo to document their progress. It's sort of a sense of accountability, right? You go public with it, people ask you, and then they're tracking along.
Absolutely. And her last tip for everyone is to have a great support system. That's huge. She posted this sweet photo of her family on Instagram. She claims her partner and her young daughter are her biggest cheerleaders. That's so sweet. And sounds like she has a great team behind her. So good for you.
All right, moving on to this. Miley Cyrus is ready to celebrate Woodstock 50, and she's performing as well. On Tuesday, the singer posted a promo video on Instagram along with a caption revealing that she's performing on a Friday, which means she gets the whole rest of the weekend to kind of rage. We love Miley.
That's great. She also posted a photo posing nude, lounging on a chair in the desert with a fun message reading, "I'm queer and ready to party. Let's go summer 2019.
Wow. Another one of her riding a giant rooster. There's the photo. Miley being Miley got a little cheeky with the play on words when making a reference to her hit song Wrecking Ball. It's not safe for work. Can't read it here. You can find it online.
But what I can tell you, the anniversary concert takes place August 16th through the 18th, and there are a ton of performers. Look at this lineup. The Killers, the Lumineers, Chance the Rapper, JAY-Z, Janelle Monáe.
It's really incredible. I
know.
would, by the way, I would love to go. I just at face value, Woodstock 50, I appreciate it, but when you hear the lineup, it's like, okay, get me there. I'd like to do it. The co-founder and producer of the 1969 and the 2019 festivals planned their performers very carefully. They said this: "We've lined up artists who won't just entertain, but will remind the world that music has power to bring people together, to heal, to move us to action, and to tell the stories of a generation." I just want to hear Chance.
Oh, that'd
the
be
rapper,
awesome.
right? That's kind of like
Yeah.
the highlight for me if I were to go. Please
Well,
let me.
it's
get
also
tickets.
cool. Santana, John Sebastian, Country Joe McDonald, and Canned Heat, who all performed at the original festival, they'll also be taking the stage.
The famous First Festival attracted an audience of more than 400,000 people. It's known as a defining moment in American culture that brought together the youth through music. Of course, we all still talk about it today.
Yeah, Woodstock 50 will be held in upstate New York at Watkins Glen International. It's actually just a couple hours away from the dairy farm that held the original festival, which was in Bethel, New York, about a little over an hour south of Woodstock.
Tickets for Woodstock 50 go on sale Earth Day, April 22nd. Check it out. Get your tickets if you want to be there. All right. On to this. Selma Blair revealed her multiple sclerosis diagnosis in October of 2018. 4 months later, we were all captivated when she made her first public appearance at Vanity Fair's Oscars party. That Ralph and Russo gown, the flowing cape, had that custom cane for support. We talked a lot about this look and this moment for her, which was really powerful.
Oh, she looked beautiful. Just days later, she appeared on Good Morning America to talk about it. She's been experiencing spasmodic dysphonia at the time of the interview, a neurological disorder which affected her voice. She has an aggressive case of MS, but the doctors are hopeful she'll regain about 90% of her abilities within the next
Which
year.
is a really promising kind of forecast for her. One thing that we've been struck by with her, the public support that she's received from her friends throughout all of this. We're highlighting our favorite celeb besties all this month in a series brought to you by Extra Gum. This week, we're giving a shout out to all of the friends who have rallied around Selma Blair, including her Cruel Intentions co-star, Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yes, when Selma first revealed her MS diagnosis, Sarah Michelle was one of the first to comment, "I love you, I'm proud of you, and there is nothing I wouldn't do for you." Then after Selma walked that red carpet like a boss, Sarah Michelle was so supportive, writing, "To say I'm proud would be a gross understatement. When I have a cold, I want to hide from the world under my covers, but not Selma. She is facing this diagnosis the way she faces everything, with dignity, grace, and head on."
Really love that tribute to her. Longtime friend Jamie King also offering her support. Here's part of what she wrote. "Always and forever, I will take care of you, love you, and hold you. You are the strongest woman I know. The pride I feel is beyond words." Jack Osborne and Jamie Lynn Sigler, who both have been open about their own battles with MS, also shared words of encouragement for her.
Christian Siriano, fashion designer, also close friends with Selma. She recently named him as her dream designer to collaborate with on an adaptive clothing line for people with and without disabilities. He has always been dedicated to making inclusive fashion, body positive, diverse runway shows, all shapes, all sizes,
Yeah,
and all ages.
he was here and he talked to us. He said, quote, "Maybe we'll figure out a good plan for it," talking about that clothing line. He mentioned clothes for people who can't zip up a zipper, can't bend over, etc., things like that. He told us about his relationship with Selma and how she's doing now. Take a look.
I've actually known for quite a long time. She walked for my 10th anniversary show, which was 2 seasons ago. She was like, "Yeah, that's kind of why I couldn't really walk," and didn't know. And that's, I think, what was so shocking, is that she really just didn't know and wasn't aware. But I think what's amazing is that she is so strong and powerful, and I think really showing the world like what you can be and have this diagnosis, and because there's millions and millions of people that have it, and I hope she gets better. Yeah, because it's one of those diseases that you can be great a day and horrible the next. So it's really, really hard. I have an event next week that she now can't come to just because, it's that you never know how she's gonna feel.
All right, guys, stay with us. It's the spinoff that we've been waiting years for. We're joined live by the cast of Pretty Little Liars, The Perfectionists. We're getting all the details on the new show. Can't wait for that. Plus, we are breaking down everything we know so far about the college admissions scandal and where things may go from here. Stick around for that.
Jennifer Lopez and Alex Rodriguez are already excited to build a future together. J-Lo tells People in this week's issue, quote, "We're really happy," with A-Rod adding, "We have appreciation for where we are in our lives today, and that's what we're enjoying the most."
I love these guys. I love all the photos and videos. Look at that. We all remember when A-Rod surprised Lopez with a 16-carat diamond ring on that romantic vacation in the Bahamas. They'd been dating for 2 years. Everyone was kind of waiting on the engagement when it happened, and man, the pictures did not disappoint.
I know, and the newly engaged power couple is already getting back to work. Of course they are. J-Rod just announced their first fashion partnership as a couple as the newest brand ambassadors for eyewear label Key Australia.
Co-star in the super sexy new ad campaign. Look at them doing their thing.
Look at
They
them.
also inspired 2 different collections for the brand, which are both available now. They work so well together. This makes a lot of sense.
Look at on the red
Right.
carpet, they coordinate their outfits. They set off a national trend with the 10-day challenge. Remember that, going 10 days without sugar or carbs.
Calling out all these other celebrities, I always remember Carson Daly especially completely failed within like the first phase of that.
I know.
J-Lo says, everything that we do together. He knows my dreams and I know his dreams, and together we feel like we are stronger. And I agree.
They're going to take over the world. We got to get ready. And they also find joy in strengthening their bonds of their blended family. They both clearly value their family so much. He has 2 daughters, Natasha and Ella. She has her twins, Max and Emmy. And there have been a ton of photos of them together. Look at them. They're so
yeah,
cute.
they find time. Their children even stopped by the set while they were shooting with Key in Miami. So it was like this whole family affair. Ultimately, though, what matters to J-Rod is that they're together. So if they can make work be together as well, that's obviously a value for them.
Yeah, and Alex will be right there cheering her on as Jen prepares to shoot her new film, Hustlers, in New York this month. And for her 50th birthday, it's My Party Tour in June. She's the busiest woman ever. He says, I don't have to play 162 games anymore, so I have a lot of time on my hands.
J-Lo says, quote, we're constantly supporting each other in our individual endeavors and thinking about all the things that we can build together, with A-Rod acknowledging how grateful they are. Again, we're just tracking along. When this wedding ever happens, it's going to be the biggest blowout ever, even if it's private.
I'm excited for it.
Are you?
Yeah, I am. I think it's going to be awesome.
All right, let's move on to this. In this week's People Cover story, we're sitting down exclusively with Dax Shepard and Kristen Bell. They're having quite the moment right now, both successful A-list actors. Kristen currently working on a Veronica Mars reboot. We're pumped for that.
I know, that's going to be great. And Dax has his successful podcast, Armchair Expert, and an upcoming show for ABC called Bless This Mess. There's a bit of the trailer. Here, take a look.
Yeah, it looks really funny there. Things are going well for them. They're such a goofy couple. People were surprised when they opened up about how hard they have to work on their relationship. Dax revealed that they started seeing a therapist 3 months into their relationship. I mean, for me, I wasn't that surprised. My now wife and I, before we were married, we had couples therapy and things like that.
I think it is so smart. More people should do it.
It's one of the first things, anytime someone asks me for advice, not that I have the perfect relationship, but the first thing I say is, don't hesitate to just go to therapy. Even if you don't feel like there are big problems, get it all out. They did that. And look, here they are.
They've been together for 12 years now, which is amazing, especially for Hollywood, and they clearly adore one another. But after 12 years, we have to ask, how do they keep the intimacy spicy? And they sort of answered that question. Check it out.
Go turn to like leather accoutrement or anything.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
Still functioning quite well.
Well, he's very attractive.
Because what's funny is we will see something, like Kristen will see chips and she'll go, when she sees it, oh, you really got in good shape for that movie. And I was like, yeah, I was in your bed in that shape.
He's like, have you forgotten? Remember me then? They're not just honest about their intimate life, they're honest with their kids as well.
Yes, there are no white lies in their house. They reveal to people that their kids know the truth about Santa and the Easter Bunny, and they know where babies come from. No BS.
A no BS household. That's a tough decision to make. And I have not followed their lead in that. And I don't know when I break the news. Anyway, we'll talk more about that later. But for more on Kristen Bell and Dax Shepard, grab your copy of People on newsstands Friday. Now watch this.
What are you people?
It's us.
I am not kidding you. Every time I see a clip or the trailer, I get chills. The other day, I watched this right before bed, and I ran into bed, cuddled up with my wife like an idiot. It's nice to cuddle, but I was... Anyway. Clip there, Jordan Peele's new film, Us. It stars Lupita Nyongo. This movie is a must-see for a lot of people, but not for Lupita's mother, it turns out.
I love this story. So apparently Lupita's mother had a hard time getting through the film, not for the reason you think. She didn't hate the movie. She just absolutely hates scary movies.
Which means this isn't the right one for her,
no,
right?
No, this is not.
Lupita tells People it was a challenge just getting her mother, Dorothy, into the theater at all. Mom kind of blocked her ears off, shut her eyes the entire time. Lupita, though, not offended. She thought it was hysterical. I actually think it's pretty funny, too. She even joked this movie probably isn't her mother's favorite film of hers. What are your thoughts on the scary movies?
You know what? I can't do it. I'm not a scary movie person. I don't enjoy it. I get terrified.
I'm not joking, and I'm not saying it just because of the story. The last scary movie I saw was for work. I haven't seen this one yet, but there were times where I'm just like, nope, and I just close my eyes. That's it. I can hear it, but as long as I don't see it, the images get locked up.
Right.
And it's like carried over from when I was in high school. I feel like an idiot, but you have to block some of that out.
You're not alone. I'm the same way. And Lupita says she's just happy to have her mother by her side, and her mother's presence really warmed her heart. She told People, I know she's my #1 fan, whether she can handle it or not. I'm just happy she was there.
In the film, Lupita plays a traumatized mom whose family is menaced by their very creepy doppelgangers. The main question I have now, after hearing about Lupita's mom, just how scary is the movie? I haven't actually seen it yet. One of our producers did last night.
What'd they say?
Pretty scary, and just based on the trailer alone.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, Lupita tells People she felt the eeriness of the film just from reading the script. So, yeah, for all of you brave souls out there, Us hits theaters on March 22nd.
all right, guys, another day, another internet debate that no one saw coming, frankly. But honestly, at this point, I don't think I'm surprised by any internet controversy or debate. The newest one comes from where else? Reddit, where people are arguing over how many times you should say chugga before you say choo-choo. That's right. There's the sound.
There we go. This is serious. So this Reddit thread, which has picked up steam over the last week,
There's Thomas.
it's now turned into a viral internet debate. Some thinking 1 or 2 chuggas is appropriate, others saying it takes way more to get going. The Reddit thread itself has thousands of comments, almost 30,000 upvotes on it.
30,000 opinions about this. If you take a look here, this is the initial post. It sparked the entire thing. The Reddit user writing, how many chuggas are you supposed to say before choo-choo? I've always said 2, but now my kid is saying 3. That's when you knew there's a problem, right? However, my kid's preschool teacher says 1, and it pisses me off that there aren't enough chuggas for a chew. How's the train supposed to go anywhere? And honestly, pretty fair point.
Yeah, and lots of producers from this team are insisting it's only 2 chuggas. Many on Reddit think it could be as many as 8.
It's aggressive.
I know. One user writing can confirm I have always done 8 chuggas, as did the people who came before me.
It's like a generational pass down.
Another user following up, but before I read this, I counted in my head, and it's definitely 8. That is the proper chugga momentum for a choo-choo.
Think about it. Chugga, 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 chugga. I can see you get up there. Choo-choo. You get up there.
It's a
to
lot,
8.
I think, Jim.
Some people less combative. This user, or one of them, writing 4 chuggas is how I was raised. I try not to judge others. And we appreciate the consideration.
Nice guy. One user taking it a bit more personally, saying 1 or 2 chuggas is a disrespect to choo-choos everywhere.
Outrage. People even got a little technical here. Some users pointing out how far the train is traveling or whether or not it's going uphill, which when you think about it are important factors. Can we get the sound effect one more time to keep us in the mood? There we go. One more. Yeah, so turns out for me, when my girls will say, hey, daddy, be the train or whatever, and they get on my back and I go around, it depends on the route. Am I going from the living room where the station is all the way to a loop in the kitchen and back? It's an infinite number of chuggas before
Depends
the
how far you're going.
Yeah, right.
It's definitely not 1.
Your kid do this?
We're not there yet. We're about 18 months, but we're going to start, and now I'm going to overthink it every time we do it.
Should we get the crew in here? Weigh in a bit. If you guys, if you're more on the side of like 2 to 3 chuggas before the chew, let's hear it. Whoa. Okay, how about if you're on the side of 8? You're a little higher.
Wow.
How about you don't care about this at all? Yeah. That's where we're going.
At least you're honest.
Let's turn to our question of the day.
I'm starting. All right, we've been asking what you think in our People poll. Let's check in on the results so far.
This is the hard-hitting debate, and 90% are on the 2 chugga. Oh, 60. Sorry, it's far away. I'm old and I can't read. The 2 chuggas. Chugga, 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 choo-choo. Wow.
What did I say?
You're right.
Are you a 2 chugga?
I'm a 2 chugga.
Yeah,
2 chugga.
I think it's according to distance. How far are you going? 3's not an option now.
3's not an option, no.
Anyway, we'll keep voting, guys, but we're going to get the results later. Let's move on to this, though. Pretty Little Liars. Fans rejoice.
Yes.
It's finally here. Pretty Little Liars, The Perfectionists. The hit show's spinoff premieres tonight on Freeform. Here to talk about it is the cast of the show. Please welcome to People Now, PLL OGs, Sasha Pieterse, Janel Parrish, newcomers, Sophia Carson, Sydney Park, and Eli Brown. A big round of applause, guys, because we have been anticipating this for so long.
Yeah.
Does it feel like such a relief that it's here?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
It's been a year.
Yeah. I mean,
So I love New York, so press tours here are just amazing. It's
But it
just
also
such a-
feels really fast because we just finished the season like a month ago, so it's like,
it's here.
it's here.
All right, let's talk about this. Sasha, you're a Pretty Little Liars alum. How soon did you know that a spinoff, that it was in the works, that it was something that was going to happen? What do you think?
Marlene mentioned it to me season 6, probably midway through towards the end of season 6, and she kind of slipped it in there. She's like, so.
So you knew.
Thinking.
You knew for a while.
Yeah, I did. I wasn't sure exactly what it was going to be like yet, but I did know that she wanted me to continue Allison, and I didn't hesitate to.
Okay.
Yes, that was my answer.
Awesome. And Janelle, what happens if you didn't watch Pretty Little Liars? Will newbies be able to get into the story?
Yes, I think that's one of the most amazing things about this show. If you are a PLL fan, we have a lot of Easter eggs for you guys, lots and lots. But if you are new to the show, you could turn it on, not know what's going on, and just immediately, get immersed into our world and fall in love with our new characters and the storylines. I think that's what's really great about it.
Sophie, let's start with this. Murder right at the beginning. The town is called Beacon Heights. Where do we go from here, if you could sum it up?
Where do we go from here?
Yeah.
Okay. Where do I look? Okay. Pretty Little Liars, The Perfectionists is a dark, twisted mystery that revolves around 3 perfectionists and Allison and Mona as we embark on a journey where we are wrongfully accused of murder and deal with the dark side of perfection.
I can't believe you just came up with that off the top of your head right now.
Very impressive.
Incredible.
That was great. And Sydney, people know you best as Sydney from The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now you play a privileged college student. So how do you transition from fighting zombies to this? It's so different.
Honestly, I gotta say, it's really nice. I get to dress up this time and be sophisticated. Caitlin Park Lewis, senator in training. Yeah, it's a cool part of my life to be able to play so many different roles. I've just been, blessed to work with great people.
And you mentioned the wardrobe. It's an incredible look here. I feel like it would be the kind of thing where it's like I'm in the wardrobe trailer stealing some things for the weekend.
Jealous.
How'd that play out for you? What did you think about the looks?
I constantly am buying things that they pull from.
I
buy a lot of stuff from Sophia's closet.
Just gonna look it up online and get it.
Oh,
Great.
nice.
Yeah.
Eli, you're here.
Yeah. This is your first major role. Were you a Pretty Little Liars fan?
First role, period.
First audition.
Wait, first audition at all?
This happens? People need to hear this.
This happens to him.
Charmed life here, by the way. This doesn't just normally
They're all like,
happen.
no.
So yeah, walk us through the audition and the process.
Yeah.
It was a long story.
Is it?
Yeah. But
Were any of them there for the audition?
No,
It
it was a self-tape that I sent in. I didn't even know I was trying out for it, and then
This is
a
incredible.
month passed. I got word that was this woman who eventually turned into my manager said I was lying. You were trying out for it. You have a call back in 12 hours in LA, and I was up in Oregon, and I was like, okay, I'll fly down, and
This is the
it'll
best
happen.
story I've ever heard.
Together.
So your character in the show plays the cello and the violin, right?
Primarily cello.
Primarily cello. You're a guitarist.
Yes.
How did you just learn how to play the cello?
Is it?
I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything.
Just like a little, some cutaways. I can play the cello too with this.
No,
I did take quite a
Lots
few
of
lessons.
lessons.
Yeah.
For like a year,
Yeah.
he's been doing that.
Okay.
Since the pilot, they had him.
It looks so real too because part of it is definitely you.
Yeah.
Beyond that, we're not gonna say much.
Okay, but
check it
good
out,
for you.
but-
Congrats on this.
Thank you.
You're
This is
simultaneously the envy of every actor and like
In the world.
it's like this is what everyone will love. Let's take a quick sneak peek. The premiere episode airs tonight, so let's take a quick look at that. Watch.
Caitlin Lewis.
The author wasn't subtle. She named a character Justice. It comes down to, well, is it okay to murder a murderer?
Interesting. Do you think it is?
If somebody hurt someone I loved, yeah, I'd hurt him back.
Man, okay, so it's unfolding. The great thing about this show, there's just going to be so much to unpack as it all comes down. You guys are going to be live tweeting and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so you're weighing in.
We'll be
we'll do
live
that.
on Freeform tonight in commercial breaks.
Got it. All right, so you're going to be doing that. We'll be watching. We want to see if you guys can be human lie detectors and find the truth. It's a little game that we like to call, say it together,
Totally happy.
one truth or one perfect little lie. It's super creative, guys. Come on in. Here, we got these. Pass these out. You each get one of these cards, all right? We're going to read a fact about a celebrity. You have to determine whether it's a truth or if it's a perfect little lie about that celebrity. Are you ready?
As a group,
As a whole group. The whole group. Everybody
yeah.
weighs in.
Collective. Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
Kristen, you want to start?
Yes, I'm going to start truth or perfect little lie. Kate Winslet lived on a cruise ship for 3 months to prepare for Titanic.
We got a truth. We got a okay. We're switching. Perfect little lies across the
All
board.
lies.
And the answer is lie. You're absolutely correct. Ding, ding, ding. Ding! Good job, guys. Off to a good start. Question number 2. Truth or Perfect Little Lie? Sylvester Stallone's first movie ever was an adult film. Ooh. Little spicy.
I don't know that. I'm gonna go with truth.
Okay.
Film.
Okay, a little mix there. You're
Okay,
going on
only
your
one
own.
perfect little lie.
And the answer is truth, everybody. That's right.
I know.
First movie was a 1970s adult film called Party at Kitties and Studs, more commonly known as Italian Stallion. Woo. Creative name. Makes sense.
All right.
Ready? Number 3.
Number 3, truth or perfect little lie. Christopher Walken was a lion tamer before becoming a successful actor.
Truth. That man is.
True, perfect lie.
Little lie.
I have
We're
no doubt in
split.
my
Okay,
mind.
well, you're going on your own here. Answer is truth. That's right.
He's a legend.
He worked he actually worked as a lion tamer in the circus as a teenager.
Did you know that?
That's
Now you know, guys. All right, number 4.
I love it even more.
That's actual footage of a lion, yes. Maybe not him. Truth or perfect little lie. Here we go. Jennifer Lawrence earned her SAG card by appearing in a My Super Sweet 16 commercial. Truth or perfect little
I don't
lie?
even know what that is. I'm gonna go with.
If I'm wrong, it's gonna be really bad.
Sasha, you were fast on that.
All truth. Okay.
You're feeling pretty confident?
Truth.
Wow.
It was truth. Did you already know that?
I did know that.
You did know.
That was a random. I don't know how I knew it, but that was a random fact.
Did you know?
No, I felt.
Oh, you're just following her lead? Yeah, it was. There's a little look at it. That's the real deal. That is actual
All right, truth. Last one. Truth or perfect little lie. Will Smith and Barack Obama went hang gliding in the Maldives together.
I feel like that's something that totally could happen. I think it's a lie.
I do.
Yeah, if it hasn't happened, I
gonna
vote
go
that
with
it should
lie.
happen.
All right, so we got perfect little lie, we got a truth,
I want it to
2
happen.
truths,
Truth.
3 perfect little lies. Answer is it's a lie.
Lie.
But they should go.
They should go.
That.
It does seem likely, and by the way, it turns out we have time for a couple more since you guys are doing so well. Here we go. Truth or perfect little lie. Paul Newman taught Jake Gyllenhaal how to drive.
Paul Newman died before.
Perfect little lie.
Perfect little lie, perfect little lie. We got a truth.
True.
3 truths, 2 perfect little lies. Answer is truth, everybody.
I'm jealous.
I know.
Guess what? More details. Jake got his
Newman had taught me how to drive.
Jake got his first driving lesson from Paul Newman, who happens to be his godfather.
Oh my God.
No way.
Get out.
Now you know. Last one.
Real last one. Truth or perfect little lie. Kristen Bell has a fear of pruny fingers.
I'm gonna go with truth.
That's such a bizarre thing. I don't know.
I feel
All
like
right.
that could be.
We got
Only
4
one perfect little
truths and 1
lie.
perfect little lie. Answer
And the
is.
answer
Is the truth.
Here's the explanation, which is fantastic.
I love this. Yes, Dax Shepard blew up her spot on Instagram with the caption, "My bride wears gloves in the pool because she hates the feeling of pruny fingertips on skin."
Oh wow. Oh my God.
I guess she never.
She's hilarious.
Those 2 are
just
couple goals for
showers?
me. Are they for you guys? Do you love
I
these
love
2?
them.
What do you think?
It's so funny. I just
Couple
saw a whole
goals
thing
for
about they
sure.
open up their marriage, right? It's so cute.
Yeah.
I
They've been together
I
for
just
so
found out
long.
about this
About
while I was here.
what? That they're together or the
Yeah.
pruny fingers?
That they were here.
Oh,
I mean, that they were together.
That they were together. You didn't even know.
Really?
Dude, I'm
I love
good.
it.
Yeah,
They're such
no,
a
it's
fun
just-
couple.
He has a flip phone.
Yeah.
For you to
I am off
understand
the
where he's
map.
coming
I-
from.
Wait, say it one more time.
He has a flip phone.
Okay.
Oh my!
So you understand why he didn't know
You
this.
do not have a flip
Oh, you have a flip
He has
phone.
a flip phone.
Totally does.
I have no idea though about
Is it
it.
on
Do you
the-
have a
is it on
TV?
you?
I mean,
I actually don't have a TV.
No, but listen, he's got
I
an
have a
iPad.
computer, okay?
So
I'm
he
like-
carries his iPad and his flip phone.
Yes.
Wait. So what's the reason for this? Is this a really intentional thing?
he's Grandpa Eli.
Okay.
He's
Grandpa Eli.
Eli, yeah. Yeah.
Are you going to move up in the world, or is this just your comfort
I just
zone?
moved down actually, but
Okay.
No, I think it's admirable.
I actually do too.
Thank
I
But
think
he
it's
carries
cool.
an iPad.
He does. It's kind of a juxtaposition because he carries the iPad, but he has
I don't,
the
but I
flip
can,
phone.
but I can.
So do you have an
leave it.
Instagram, like
Yeah, he
Facebook,
can.
Yeah,
Twitter?
yeah.
He
I'm
gets
a
to
part of
choose when he,
gets
wants
to
to go and
choose.
look at
I like
social
that.
media, which
That's
is great.
better.
I
I
think
think
he'll
so
learn
too.
it
Yeah,
all
Or
the
when
time,
he just
right?
sees something functional.
I'm going to make a prediction that this is a trend that more and more people are going to do. It's like the
100%.
digital
Because of you,
detox.
Eli.
Take a step
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
I
People
need that.
inspired by
I
you.
think
Leave
that's
your-
good.
Ed Sheeran also has a flip phone.
Thank you. Who?
Ed Sheeran.
I miss
Well,
my
he's a
flip phone.
gangster.
Yeah.
Eli, how do you
miss it?
manage
I miss
a day
it.
in the
Yeah.
life with these ladies?
I just gotta
I
be
think
one.
we
I
drive
just
them
gotta be
nuts.
one of the girls.
You gotta be one of the girls.
He's such a trooper.
He's our brother.
Yeah.
He hears so much girl talk all the time.
Number one lesson these ladies have taught you about being a part of this whole universe and just like maybe life as an actor, but on a big show because it's your first ever thing.
Yeah. What is it?
Yeah, what's the lesson? What's the lesson learned?
That's a good question. I would say probably they've all just encouraged that I continue to be myself and don't let all of this madness and craziness and external input affect or change It's who I am, where I come from.
That is
Yes.
well said. Good job, ladies.
Well, I didn't say it. They said it.
All right, yeah. Good job to all of you
Well
for passing on. Thank you so much for playing. Thank you for
Thank you
stopping
for having
by.
us.
We're going to be looking at the live
us.
stuff tonight, and be sure to check out Pretty Little Liars, The Perfectionists, Wednesdays on Freeform. Check it out.
Woo, woo. Jennifer Garner is revealing the 7 products that she cannot live without. First up, fragrance. The Oscar winner swears by her Byredo Gypsy Water, and you could snag it for $165. According to the Byredo website, it has notes of juniper berries, lemon, pine needle, and vanilla.
Sounds nice.
And they say it has the scent of fresh soil and deep forest.
I feel like you're in the woods. Next up, sunscreen, which is obviously very important. Jen loves her Neutrogena Ultra Sheer Dry Touch Sunscreen. This one is a drugstore bargain, only $12, and she says she wears it whenever she goes outside with her kids. And because it's so sheer, she hardly even notices it on her skin.
And for a sun-kissed glow, it's shimmer oil for Jen. French Girl Lumiere Shimmer Oil is available at Bloomies for $50. That's more my speed.
Jen relies on Rapid Wrinkle Repair Retinol Oil for keeping wrinkles at bay, retailing for $29. Jen calls it her MVP and perfect for her sensitive skin.
And the secret to her silky smooth hair, the Sheila Stotts Removal Brush, retailing for $31. Jen says she's gone through tons after lending them to her kids' friends when they come over for a swim. And apparently they detangle like nobody's business.
I need that for my girls. Jen's locks get the Virtue Lab Smooth Shampoo Treatment at $38 a tube. The mom of 3 says her hair feels healthier and it has more bounce. And honestly, I would love a little bit of that too.
Well, me too. And for a little midnight magic and beyond, Deborah Littman Cuticle Cream. Garner makes it part of her bedtime routine. I can get on board with all of this. Those sound great. Thank you, Jen.
In this week's People magazine, we go inside the college admissions scandal that led to the indictment of Desperate Housewives star Felicity Huffman and Full House star Lori Loughlin on conspiracy and mail fraud charges. A lot of other people indicted as well. And joining us today, senior editor for People magazine, Brandt Heldman. Thank you for being here. It's good to see you.
Of course.
This story just keeps unfolding, and it's so wild on so many levels.
So the 2 stars, Felicity Huffman and Lori Loughlin, both out on bond. But what is the next step for these 2?
Well, both of them will be appearing in court next week to keep things moving. But right now, we know that Lori and Massimo, her husband, are laying low in their home and just trying to figure out what's next for them as well.
We saw these reports earlier that they're sort of the source saying they're finding out who their true friends are, things like that. So a lot of turmoil. It makes sense that they're laying low. A total of 33 parents indicted. Huffman's husband, William H. Macy, wasn't. Lori Loughlin's husband, Massimo, was. Why wasn't William H. Macy indicted?
So William H. Macy was only caught on tape talking about their other daughter, and then they decided not to use these methods for her. So there was really no crime that William H. Macy did. Now, they do know that he is allegedly was aware of everything and allegedly was involved, but they don't have actual evidence.
So the proof is not there enough to make that move. Of course, all these allegations are out there. We'll see what happens as the actual trial or proceedings move forward.
So Loughlin was accused with her husband for paying $500,000 to get both their daughters into USC as fake crew recruits. Loughlin has already been dropped by Hallmark Channel. Her daughter Jade, who's a beauty blogger, she lost partnerships with Sephora and Tresemme. So this is a big loss for them in terms of how they're making a living, isn't it?
It's massive. Massimo also used to have a deal with Target, which has been phased out already. So yeah, they're definitely going to have a little bit less income coming. And they've had to put their house on
the market.
On the market.
Or, yeah.
They probably will have to, but they've refinanced it so that they could pay the $2 million bond. Sorry.
Okay, so they use that as to kind of figure out how to get the bond payments underway. How are friends of Lori and Massimo reacting to all of this? I mean, that's kind of where you can only imagine what your world would turn into from their perspective.
I mean, absolutely. They run in some big circles, and a lot of their friends are kind of stepping away. They really are finding out who their real friends are and who's going to support them through all of this and who really just doesn't want to be anywhere near it. It's a hot mess.
Yeah, wow.
And their youngest daughter, Olivia Jade, she was on a friend's yacht when this story broke. Do we know how she reacted?
It's one of those things, the optics couldn't have been worse, right?
It could not have been worse. Certainly, she didn't know this was coming. And sources tell us that she was in tears and she's terrified that her parents are going to go to jail.
Let's talk about this huge number here. So college consultant William Rick Singer is the guy at the center of this whole scandal. According to an FBI affidavit, he was paid around $25 million during the scandal. How was he caught? Why did he become a cooperating witness in all of this? I'm assuming that he's making deals in the back with FBI agents and everything else, right?
Yes. Well, there was a finance guy who was indicted for something completely unrelated, and he tipped off the feds to Rick Singer and his companies. And then they approached Rick Singer and he became a cooperating witness. He has been recording conversations with clients since August 2018.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. And he says he, quote, created a side door to make this happen. How did he manage to do this?
I mean, it's pretty disgusting, right? A side door. He did this in multiple ways. He had a test proctor who would help doctor some of the answers to SAT and ACT tests.
Yeah, we've heard some of those stories, right?
And
yeah.
that allegedly that's what Felicity Huffman paid someone to do.
Yeah.
All right.
And then he also brokered these deals with these athletic directors at these schools to claim these kids as athletes that were not, allegedly.
So when we see high-profile cases like this, obviously there ends up being some PR strategy coming into play. Is it a good idea for Lori and Felicity to make a statement publicly at this point, or do we think that they are likely to?
I think we are likely to eventually hear from Felicity Huffman and William H. Macy in a statement down the road. Right now, everyone has to lie low. They're in the middle of all of these proceedings. But eventually I could see Felicity and William H. Macy making a statement. Things are gonna get a lot more dicey for Lori Loughlin and Massimo. Their whole situation is, they're accused of allegedly spending $500,000 versus $15,000. I think people are going to vilify Lori quite a bit more.
Seems like from at least, again, the optics of it, that's a much more severe charge. Would it help William H. Macy and Felicity to do an interview? I mean, in terms of again, we're talking about people who live in the public eye. Everything's about public perception. Do they crawl out of this through doing a sit-down interview?
I hope so. I really want to hear from them.
There's at least curiosity. Right. Whether or not it forgives them in terms of the public's opinion, who knows? But there's definitely curiosity in what they would have to say.
A ton of it.
Yeah.
And certainly I don't think it will happen all that soon. Now, the people I really want to hear from are Phil Mickelson and Joe Montana. Both of them have come out on Twitter and said that they've used Rick Singer's services, but not for these kind of illegal, dicey ways, through the more legitimate college prep and college application services. So I want to hear from them.
So he was seemingly
first.
running a legit operation alongside what are allegedly scandalous operations. So
yeah, it's totally legal and fair to use a counselor to help with these things.
And smart of them to get out ahead of it before some list comes out of everyone that's ever been consulted by him. So, all right.
Now, we've seen celebrities bounce back from scandal in the past. Do you think that this is gonna be what happens for them?
I think it's gonna be a really rough uphill battle for Lori Loughlin, and I think Felicity Huffman and William H. Macy may come out okay.
Well, we've already seen the fallout for Lori with Hallmark and Fuller House stuff and all these different things. So we will be paying attention, obviously tracking along with this. So many people interested and so many people with strong opinions about what's allegedly gone on here. Thank you for being here.
Of course.
It's good to talk to you. All right, guys, coming up tomorrow, big show. We're recapping all the drama going down on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, New York City, and Atlanta. It's packed. It's quite a lot of drama, too, as you can imagine. Coast to coast, it turns out.
Plus, Christina Milian is dropping by to talk all about season 2 of The Oath, working with the show's producer 50 Cent, and so much more. You do not want to miss this one.
All right, thanks so much for watching. For now, we leave you with one last thing from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Teddi Mellencamp. See you tomorrow.
See ya.
Hi, I'm Teddi Mellencamp Ariave from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. This is one last thing. My last splurge was I upgraded myself to first class when I flew to Kyle's birthday. My last girls' night, well, last night I had dinner with Denise Richards. The last time my kids made me proud, every second of every day, my son was just riding the bike. He went on a big family bike ride with us, and he got tired, and I was like, "You can finish, buddy," and he did. So cute.